Thank you very much, Bianca. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. We're here today to talk about the Maple Bear Early Childhood Program and how we are maintaining the learning environment for your child through virtual learning during this time of pandemic. It has been a very challenging year for parents and children all over the world. Much of the year, children have been learning online or in hybrid situations, and this is especially challenging for young children and their parents. Our Maple Bear schools have worked very hard to support the children in continuing the learning process online. They have developed interesting strategies for keeping your children engaged in learning, and they have made every effort to keep in contact with you and support you, the parents. Maple Bear teachers want to support you and your children and keep you connected to the program because they feel that the learning is so valuable and they miss your children. I taught some teachers in a course a while back, and many of them talked about how they miss seeing the children in the classroom, giving them hugs, and so they really want to keep in touch with them by virtual learning. We know that you have chosen Maple Bear for your children because it is based on the best practices of a Canadian education system, a system that is renowned to be one of the best in the world. Canada is a leader in Canadian education. In fact, I was visiting some schools in the United Arab Emirates a few years ago, and I received an invitation to the Department of Education. I accepted, thinking that they wanted information on Maple Bear. Well, they did, but they also wanted information on the early childhood education programs in Canada. They wanted to use Canada as a model for their early childhood education. One of the pillars of our early childhood system in Maple Bear is the Immersion Method of acquiring English. In Canada, we have developed a highly successful immersion program for acquiring French. Maple Bear uses these same strategies for acquiring English. It means that your children are placed in an English-only environment and are surrounded by the language. By the end of senior kindergarten, your children will have the skills to be able to understand and communicate orally very well in English. They are ready for learning, reading, and writing in English, and in many cases have even started doing so before they enter grade 1. By the time they are in grade 3, they will have such good English skills that it will seem like you are visiting a grade 3 class in Canada when you see them. Your children's teachers have endeavored to keep this immersion environment in the virtual classroom. The use of English can be continued through discussion with the teachers and their friends, through stories, singing songs, rhymes. Participating in the virtual classroom will help children to retain what they have learned in English and to practice it. Even if your child has difficulty sitting for a virtual class, they'll still be listening and learning, and they'll especially be enjoying the stories and the songs. In the Maple Bear Early Childhood Program, children start to develop literacy skills and numeracy skills. These skills will provide a basis for your child's success throughout their education. Teachers are offering opportunities for the continuation of the development of these skills online in similar ways that they do so in the classroom. They are using the literacy strategies like reading books, read alouds, using discussion with prediction, questions, and activities based on what they have read, and developing higher learning thinking skills through these activities. In numeracy, Teachers will demonstrate mathematical concepts with the children and play games with these concepts. The children are encouraged to continue to do some activities on their own or with their families. Teachers have provided some activities that are particularly fun to do with families, maybe playing cards, dominoes, dice games, and these are mathematical activities. It is not the same as being in the classroom. But through virtual learning, the Maple Bear program is offering your children a chance to continue with their learning, to hear English, to develop their skills, to play with numbers and shapes, make patterns, problem solve, read with you and their teacher. They are doing simple science activities that maybe the whole family would enjoy as well. Our Maple Bear program is based on developmental learning outcomes, which are continued in the virtual classroom. Teachers are always observing the growth and the progress of the children and reporting it to you. At home, you will be able to observe the growth and progress of your children as well and report it back to the teacher. It's very exciting. You will also see how well the Maple Bear program works for your child. We think it is important for your children to be there in those virtual classrooms so that they don't lose the momentum of learning. Another important reason to have your children continue the program online is to keep a routine in their lives. Adjusting to the pandemic has not been easy for anyone. Even adults have had difficulty adjusting to the changes. So, of course, children will feel confused and out of sorts. We recommend actually that you set up a routine for children throughout the whole day. They respond so well to routine. It provides them with comfort and security. And the virtual classroom can be a part of that routine. We have heard from some parents that children really look forward to that part of the day when they can interact with their teacher and their friends in the virtual classroom. We can help your children continue the routine of school, of meeting their teacher and their friends, just as if they would be in the classroom through virtual learning and keeping that routine. One of the most important factors for keeping children engaged in virtual learning is that they do see their friends and their teacher. They need to keep the connections and the relationships that they have made in school so that they feel less loss by the changes, such as not being able to see their grandparents or their relatives. Their virtual classes are a window into the world for them. When they return to regular classes, they will feel comfortable with their friends and with their teacher if they have maintained these relationships. They will feel a sense of belonging to a community. This builds self-esteem and self-confidence. I also encourage you as parents to maintain connections with the teacher regularly so that you will be able to support your child and keep those communications with the teacher and the school secure. The school can be very helpful in supporting you and your family. We all hope that very soon we'll be able to transition back into the regular classroom learning. Guidelines have been developed by Maple Bear Global Schools to assist you in preparing your child for the transition back to schools. These include keep regular communications and collaboration with the school and the classroom teacher. Ensure your child is participating in the virtual classroom as regularly as possible. Monitor your child's participation and conference with your child's teacher as often as you can, especially if your child is experiencing academic and behavior concerns. Together, you and the teacher can help the child to solve those problems. Children need a sense of belonging. They need to feel that self-esteem. When they can continue to participate with other children and can continue to interact with their teacher, they do feel like they have something special. It builds their confidence. It helps them to feel like they belong. This will be very useful to them when they return to the regular classroom. We all hope for that return to regular classes as soon as possible. Meanwhile, Maple Bear will support your child in virtual learning. And when the time comes for moving back into the schools, we will support your child in that transition. Your child teachers will do everything they can to ensure the success of your child, whether it be in virtual learning or in the regular classroom. At Maple Bear, your child's well-being and love of learning is very important to us. We are dedicated to providing a quality education in a caring, stimulating environment, whether it be in the classroom or online.